Okay, we just worked on, ratios and proportions, and that draws you into percents. We have done percents at the very beginning of the year, or actually a while ago. If you even remember, do you remember when we got this note?
Yeah.
And we did this note, this set of notes on how to change percents. You don't get it out now, but it will come in handy today, and it will come in handy when you, are doing some of this lesson. Because we're gonna focus a lot on percents. I want you guys to all write that this is chapter 6, so you know where this one goes to. Now, when we give notes like this, and we have doodle notes, we do not get rid of any of these notes. We've done percent problems in Bell Work. I know you did it a lot last year, because you guys will sit and tell me how to find something as a percent. Like, what percent is it? If I got like 25 out of 50, what percent did I get? What's the formula, or what's my proportion I set up? It's a proportion. Yeah, is, and I want you to write it. Is over of equals percent over 100. That is what you're used to. But I want you to look on down here to this box and put some stars here. In 7th grade, they want to try to have you focus on saying, instead of is, it's part. It's part of the whole. The whole would be the of. So instead of saying is over of equals percent over 100, they're saying part of the whole is the percent over 100. So then let's look at examples. Like example number 1, the type of problem is that we're trying to find the percent. We don't know the percent. So if I underline something, guys, I want you to underline it or circle it also. This is the number 1. 1 is. So if 1 is, I put the 1 in for the is. What percent? So I don't know the percent, so that's going to be my letter P for percent. Of, the of is on like the bottom, and it's of 5. 100 always stays here. Now, how do I solve a problem like this? Cross product, and I want you to show me this in pencil. So if I did the cross product, that means I have 5p equals 1 times 100 with 100. To solve for p, we put p in a box, and this is multiplying, so the opposite of multiplying is dividing. Show me that you're dividing by 5 on both sides. These 5's cancel out, and p equals 100 divided by 5 is 20. Now, example 2, we're going to try to find the part. I know I misspelled what, but after doing all of these, I wasn't going to go do it again. So if you have to, just do this. That makes you feel better. What number is? So I want to know what is. So I don't know the is, so the is my letter. 20%, so I put 20 where the percent always goes. Of 5, so the 5 goes down where the of is at. To solve it, we do the cross product. So I have 100A, 100 times A is 100A equals 5 times 20 is 100. To solve for A, we box the A, divide 100, divide 100. These cancel each other out. I'm left with A equals 100 divided by 100 is 1. Example number 3. Find the whole. So we need to know, and see here we're using the word whole. Whole is down here, whole is my of. So 1 is. So 1 goes where the is at. 1 is part. 20% of what? I don't know my of, cause my of is my what? The 20% always goes where the percent goes. So then I cross product. So now I have 20B equals 100. Box up your B. This is like multiplying. The opposite of multiplying is dividing. So I'm gonna divide by 20. Divide by 20. B equals 5. I know these were all this with the same answers, but they were written a little bit differently. You want to look for those clue words of is, of, and what is, or what number, or what percent. If it says what, that's what we don't know. And then also be looking for when it might say part and whole. For example, if I said I got 15 out, let's write this. If I got 15 out of 20, what percent is it? I'm going to say what percent is it? So 15 is my, what? I don't see the words, is. But the word is over here. 15 would be my what? 15 would be your part that you got right. So I would put 15 out of, then 20 equals percent over 100. Then we do the cross product. So 20, I'm going to use an X because I always like using X's. Equals 15 times 100 is 1,500. Divide by 20. Divide by 20. And X equals what? 75. So that would be something you would need to do long division on. Now on our bell work, I say, if you're trying to find the percent, most of you do this model that is over of equals percent over 100, and then I've started introducing you to another way, which is the percent equation. Percent equation is part is right down here. Part equals percent times the whole. Okay? In this chapter, you're going to have something where you have to use the proportion, and then sometimes you're going to have to use the equation. After those lessons, I don't care which way you choose to do it, as long as you use one of the formulas. Okay? I personally like using the equation a lot, but then there's sometimes I'd rather go and use the proportion. I like to use the proportion model when I don't know the whole. So here's the first example. We need to find the percent. We're looking down here, this is our formula. So 15 is, and the part, let's go right here. Part would be my is equals percent times the of. That's kind of what it is. So 15 is, so that is part, what percent of 60? So 15 is what percent of 60? How do I solve this equation? Well, just like what we would on bell work. Box in my P. How do I get P alone? Divide by 60. Divide by 60. So then in my calculator, I do 15 divided by 60. 15 divided by 60 is 0.25. However, I can't leave a percent as a decimal. So I change 0.25 to a percent by moving it over 1, 2, so then it's 25%. Now we're going to find the part, which is the is. So what number is? So I don't know what that is. 25% of 60. When you have percents, we're gonna draw a line here, and you're always gonna write percent is written as a decimal. Percent is always written as a decimal in the percent equation. So we're gonna go back up to this one. What number is? I don't know what that is, so this is my letter. 25%, I changed the 25% by moving the decimal 2 places to the left. 2 places to the left makes it 0.25, so that's why I put that in there. Of is my 60. So here, all I do is 0.25 times 60 in my calculator. So A equals 15. Now for example 3, we're going to find the whole. We're going to find this right here. So 15 is, so that is my is, that's my part. 25%, I changed 25% to a decimal, so then I write 0.25 of what number? I don't know, I'm gonna put a letter there. How do I solve for this letter? I'm gonna put a box around it. Divide both sides by 0.25. Divide this side by 0.25. 15 divided by 0.25 is 60, so 60 equals B. So we are using the percent proportion and the percent equation to begin chapter 6. This set of notes you are going to want to keep. Go ahead.